umenirusha hapa, mimi nimelelewa hapa. Na wewe nani alikwambia kwamba hii nyumba ni ya babako?
Kaka.
Saideje Kalume?
Una mashani ni mpenzi wangu?
Tumeleta nini?
Unasema uongo baada ya machafu yote kakako aliyokufanyia?
Mimi kuna kitu sielewi kabisa, mimi sikuelewi.
Wala siko tayari kukuelewesha, umenisikia?
Mimi nimekuwa huko nje miaka mingapi? Mbona haikuwa aibu jamani?
Well, this afternoon, we're following up on key two developments here in the capital as well as in Embu County, where the second-in-command, that is Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, is currently attending a church service in Embu County. And here in the capital, it is the Commander-in-Chief and the AIC, Milimani. We're keeping an eye on both events, and as and when we get the links for those various church events, we'll be bringing it to you live. Talk to us on our social media platforms at KBC Channel 1 and at Abdiaziz Hashim 2. I'm holding down the fort for my colleague Doreen Arange. The sign language interpreter at the bottom end of your screen is Byron Abuli. And we start with some update from the DCI, where, of course, a section, but the DCI Governor Dado Godana will be getting that particular update in just a few. But to other stories now, a section of clergy are urging the Senate to be impartial in hearing and determining the fate of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who was impeached by the National Assembly. Led by Bishop Jarrison Mwenda of Jesus Celebration Church in Kitui, the leaders called on the Senate to thoroughly scrutinize the 11 charges against the DP and make a determination devoid of political machinations.
With the clock ticking to Wednesday next week, when the Deputy President case will be under scrutiny by senators, a section of spiritual leaders from different churches in Kitui weighed in on the matter, calling on the Senate to be transparent while handling the impeachment case of the second-in-command.
Dunia zima, almost 80% of Kenyans wanasema ya kwamba wambunge wetu wameenda the wrong direction. Kwa hivyo tafadhali senators, jaribuni muangalia kwamba hata kama ni nini, muweze kuwa na justice, muweze kuongea ukweli na taifa letu la Kenya litakuwa na amani nyingi.
The leaders want the Senate to give the DP enough time to defend himself and give a fair judgment.
Waweze kusikiza na wasitumie njia yote ya kusawishiwa, wasienende kulingana na ushawishi wa watu ama labda kupatiwa hongo ama mambo kama yale.
The leaders at the same time call for political tolerance, urging leaders with differences to consider dialogue rather than resorting to impeachment.
Kama kanisa tunaomba ya kwamba wakati kuna shida yoyote, ni vizuri kuketi pamoja na kujaribu kuelewana, maana shida haitawahi kosa katika hii dunia.
Kile kinafanyika hasa tunakiona kwa macho ni vita imeanza katika roho, na sana inataka ishughulikiwe kwa maombi, hata si mambo ya kuongea.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who was impeached by National Assembly, will have yet another opportunity to defend himself at the Senate next week on Wednesday and Thursday.
August House passed a blanket judgment into him. But when you go to the Senate, it's going to be one item after the other. But then when you look at the 3 counts of where he was being charged, and you try to battle each of these, the 11 counts of accusations against him, you find that what happened in the August House is always going to happen in the Senate House, and majority of those charges are going to pass through.
Timothy Kipnusu for Lunchtime News.
And of course, we're keeping an eye on that particular story where the second-in-command is in Embu. And of course, we'll be linking up with that particular story any moment from now. But now I want to take you live to one of our neighboring countries, that is Tanzania. And of course, tomorrow they will be commemorating Julius Nyerere, who of course passed on 25 years ago. I do understand we have a hold of our reporter, that is Kasichana Masha, all the way from Tanzania. Kasichana, good afternoon and good to see you. How goes the preparations for the commemoration of Julius Nyerere?
Yes, a very good afternoon to you. Abdi Aziz Hashim, all the way from the broadcasting house in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm coming live to you from Tanzania in Butiama village, in Butiama district, in a province called Mara. And we are here to commemorate or to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the first president of Tanzania. I'm speaking of Mwalimu Julius Kabarange Nyerere. Mr. Julius Kabarange Nyerere was born where we are camped at this moment, where tomorrow the entire celebration will be held here. So Mr. Kabarange Julius Nyerere was born here in the year 1922, and he demised in the on the 14th of October in 1999. And from that time, so many stories have been heard about his legacy, what he left behind, and so many people still remember him for all the good, all the achievements, if I can say, that he left behind. And on the 14th of October, that is tomorrow, here we'll be in Butiama district, where we'll be celebrating the 25th anniversary since the demise of Mwalimu Julius Kabarange Nyerere. And after speaking to a few people from this district here, is that they still remember him. One great thing that they remember him is that he championed for African socialism, whereby he encouraged the communities which were scarcely populated in this area to live together as one, to live together in peace, where peace was like his slogan that Mr. Julius Kabarange Nyerere advocated for. He was a simple man, because where we are camped at right now, you can't see any security personnel manning any of his houses that are here. Everyone is just moving freely at this place. Despite the legacy that he had, he lived a simple life. And one other thing that maybe most people still remember Mwalimu Julius Kabarange Nyerere for is that he was among the founders of the East African communities in collaboration with the first president of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, and the president of Uganda, Bwana Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And those are most of the things that we'll be sharing tomorrow. And tomorrow we expect to have a mass event here at his home at Butiama village, whereby we have a ceremony whereby dignitaries from all over the parts, all over from East Africa and Africa at large will converge here. Even people are still storming in here, just settling down just for the big day tomorrow. And we'll be bringing you more details in our subsequent bulletins tonight. And even tomorrow we'll make sure that we'll bring you all the intels that will take place during.
Well, thank you so much. That is our reporter Kasichana Masha, who is currently at the Butiama village in Tanzania to bring us the legacy. Of course, the commemoration will be happening tomorrow, but you can see people have already conglomerated there to just, of course, have a view of the family and the members of the society who are living in and around that particular area to celebrate the legacy of Mwalimu Julius Nyerere. And of course, we'll inform you in our subsequent bulletin. Let's come back here to the country, where a section of leaders in Busia County are demanding that Governor Paul Otuoma accounts for 2.7 billion shillings set aside for development amid allegation of misappropriation of funds and abuse of office. Speaking at the Chelamok Primary School in Teso North during Teso Cross Country, leaders led by Amukura West MCA Boniface Erute want an audit on the utilization of the fund, failure to which he is threatening to push for the governor's impeachment.
Tulipoingia tuletewa bajeti supplementary ambayo ilikuwa na development budget ya 2.6 billion. Wakasema kwamba sawa, tutawapatia milioni 88, si kwa pesa, kwa kupendekeza miradi ya milioni 88 ikuja kwa wodi. Hesabu inakuja about 280 million kati ya ile bilioni 2.6. Nauliza, bilioni 2.3 ilifanya kazi gani?
Hii pesa ikitumwa mnapelekanga wapi? So najua imechelewa miezi 3. Ikikuja next month naomba kuona kazi.
Mweka wananchi kuwa mmoja katika kaunti. Dawa yake ni moja tu, huduma kwa wananchi. Kama iko dawa hospitali, kama iko kilimo, kama iko sports inaendelea, kama iko sports na function, wananchi wanakuwa kitu moja.
Now to one of our top stories this afternoon. Tana River Governor Dado Godana is still in custody at Kamkunji Police Station. The governor was arrested alongside Galole constituency member of parliament, that is Hiribai Side Buya. They were arrested in connection with an ongoing inter-clan clashes in Tana River County that have so far claimed 18 lives, with scores injured and tens of families displaced. The arrest came after the government on Friday evening declared 12 locations in the area as dangerous and disturbed and ordered inhabitants to surrender firearms to the police officers for safe custody. Well, of course, our reporter Frederick Pasai is at the DCI headquarters and he will be telling us the latest in regards to the arrest of the governor and the member of parliament. Now, to education matters now. The Kenya National Union of Teachers is calling on the government to prioritize the safety of teachers in high-risk areas as the national exam season approaches. The union's first national vice chairman, that is Malel Langat, says safety of teachers and minimal disruption is key to ensuring a smooth examination process. Langat made the remarks after overseeing the Thika branch elections, noting that areas like the North Rift and Boni Forest in Lamu need proper security ahead of the start of the national examinations. He urged the Education Ministry to collaborate with the Ministry of Interior and deploy helicopters in those areas if need be, as well as ensure the security of learners and teachers as well.
Tunataka serikali ihakikishie walimu wetu ya kwamba watafika katika vituo vya kufanya mtihani kwa usalama. Tuna sehemu kwa mfano huko Lamu, Boni Forest, tuna bandit prone areas in Rift Valley na maeneo mengine. Tunastahili tuhakikishie watoto wetu na walimu wetu ya kwamba watafika kwenye vituo salama salimini na mtihani ufanywe. Kuanzia nyanjani, the invigilators, the supervisors, the center managers na wale ambao wataenda kusahisha mtihani. Kenya National Examination Council ipatie wao marupurupu ya kutosha, pesa ambayo itawasaidia wakifanya kazi ili wafurahie kazi wakifanya.
Elsewhere, Edna Kwamboka, who hails from Nyamecheo in Kisii County, is pleading for support to raise 13 million shillings to enable her undergo a critical surgery abroad. Kwamboka, who for the last 14 years has battled endometriosis, is required to go for her 5th surgery to ease her suffering and give her a shot of life.
Edna Kwamboka is walking a tightrope as she seeks to raise enough funds to enable her undergo the 5th in a series of surgeries in the last 14 years as she battles endometriosis. Hers is a journey which she says has not been easy, recalling the emotional and psychological turmoil after she was diagnosed with the disease.
It reached a point, tumbo ikaanza kufura. I went to a certain gyna and then he sent me for a scan. That's where he realized that I have a cyst. So I was last to an operation, and then but the pain didn't go. After a week, pain bado ilikuwa that very, very, very painful.
She recounts to us how she was forced to quit her job owing to the severe symptoms associated with the disease, which include, among others, excruciating period pain and fatigue.
For a living, I'm a front office, but for now I'm not working because of the condition. You will find almost 1 week the whole month. So it was difficult for them. So I was given a sick leave. When I will recover, maybe it's when I will turn to work.
Since leaving her job, she has relied on her family and friends for financial support, which has not been an easy journey. Despite these challenges, she's yet to give up amid hope the 5th surgery could be the key to the much-needed relief. However, it is a surgery that comes with a heavy price tag of 13 million Kenya shillings.
I get my money from friends and the family. They support me a lot Because when I go out there, I explain to people about my story, and then somebody tu anajitolea, anasikia tu kilio yangu. Starting my journey this October 2024 to the Center for Endometriosis.
To support Edna get the life-saving surgery, you can channel funds to pay bill number 5036406. Account, enter your name. You can also reach her via telephone number 0724010091.
It is 14 minutes past the hour. We need to take our first commercial break, but when we come back, we still have more for you, so don't go too far.
She starts to cut with a razor. Then she said, haikati, akachukua scalpel.
There is a reason as to why it's called retrogressive practice. You can't imagine the amount of damage caused by FGM.
I've been cut, and my husband or my partner has said that you have been cut, you're not useful to me. That hurts because it wasn't her fault.
Join us this Sunday as we learn about how FGM reconstructive surgery is giving a second chance to survivors.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now to the coastal city where Mombasa residents have been cautioned to be vigilant of the briefcase non-governmental organization and report them to local authorities for action. According to Muhuri Rapid Response Officer Francis Auma, they have received an alarming number of cases where unregistered rights bodies have blackmailed and given false information regarding public officers with a view of extorting money from them. It is against this backdrop the Auma called on the concerned regulatory authorities and the Director of the Criminal Investigations, DCI, to conduct investigations, and anyone found culpable should face the full force of the law.
Tumerealize kuna makateli wengi sana hapa kwetu Mombasa ambao wanajifanya wao ni watetezi wa haki za kibinadamu, wanajifanya wao ni mashirika ya kutetea haki, lakini ile hali ni quacks, ni warongo wakubwa sana. Nia maudhui mambo yao ni ku-extort. Wana target ma directors, wana target ma chairman kwa hizi institution, kuwa blackmail, kuwatishia, kuwa threaten, kuwa ni corrupt, kuwa watafanya maandamano, lakini yote ni porojo. Tunataka kuelezea umma kuwa lazima tuwe na due diligence. Mtu akija na shirika lake kama ni CBO anasema yeye ni human right, yeye sijui human left, huyu mfanyie diligence kabisa.
Elsewhere, as the world observed the World Hospice and Palliative Care Day this weekend, communities were urged to embrace palliative care owing to the critical role it plays in the healing journey. Gladys Muse, a palliative care nurse at the Meru Hospice Cancer Palliative Care Center, narrated the emotional and financial toll on families while caring for cancer patients. She emphasized the need for community support, urging Kenyans to lend a helping hand to families with cancer patients.
For example, when we go, maybe a parent is sick and the children are outside the country or they are working far away from home, they employ a caregiver who does not offer the correct care to this patient. And therefore, we meet patients with bed sores, we meet patients, they are not fed well, they are emaciated.
Our youngest is 1 year and a half, and our oldest is past 100. But we have almost 18 children who are suffering from cancer.
Our tree planting is not an ordinary tree planting, because our tree planting, we call it Adopt a Tree for a Cancer Patient campaign. This is where now our second bird comes in, which is cancer care. Because by adopting a tree at 1,000 shillings, you will be sustaining and supporting a cancer patient's essential palliative care and medication for 3 days.
And now to the neighboring county of Meru. The continued health workers' strike in Isiolo County has paralyzed medical services in the region, with patients who are admitted in various public healthcare facilities forced to seek home-based care as an alternative solution. Some of the patients who spoke to KBC Channel 1 narrated the harrowing situation and the scramble to access healthcare, even as the county leadership pleads with the medics to soften their stance and negotiate a return-to-work formula.
The healthcare workers' strike in Isiolo County has thrown medical services in the region into disarray. The family of Josephine Ekale is among many who have been forced to endure the adverse effects of the strike. Her daughter, who has been battling pulmonary embolism and tuberculosis concurrently, was receiving treatment at the Isiolo County Referral Hospital before the strike compelled her to seek home-based care treatment as the only available solution.
Nilipeleka hospitali ICU, nikakaa mwezi moja na nusu, nikapima nikapatikana niko na kinonda kwa roho, sipumui, nikiweka oxygen. Madaktari wakagoma, nikaletwa nyumbani.
The mother narrates the hurdles of supporting her ailing daughter.
Na baada wako na oxygen mpaka saa hii. Na tumeambiwa tununue kuna dawa anadungwa ya shilingi 1,100 na hatuna uwezo wa kutoa hiyo pesa. Ndio adungwe hiyo shindano, ndio hiyo shida imuondoke.
Nikapimwa tena kifua, nikapatikana na TB. Sasa hiyo kifua ndio inanifunga. Siamki hapa na hatuna chochote, na niko na mtoto mdogo.
This has forced the family to seek assistance from a well-wisher. Serafina Asili, who has been hosting the patient at her home, however, says the journey has been nothing short of overwhelming, owing to the high electricity bills and the frequent power outage in the area.
Hii msichana ako na hatari akiwa na kapa kwa sababu ana risk maisha. Juu saa hii stima ikipotea na hiyo tanks ya hakuna nini oxygen, hii msichana anahadharisha maisha yake.
Kama kuna wasamaria wema mahali yote tu ile, hata kama national government waingilie tu ama NGO yote tu yenye tatokea isaidie msichana hapa.
Isiolo County Secretary and the Head of Public Service, Dathe Boru, has called for a truce between the medics and the county government to restore normalcy in the healthcare sector in the county.
We cannot promote each and every staff that we have in our health facilities, but we will consider a quite good number of them. So I'm appealing to them, let them come to us. We have a sitting with them and see how we are going to sort out this problem together.
John Kahiro for Lunchtime News.
Elsewhere, a water bus company in partnership with the county government of Busia has launched a water vessel at Marianga Beach to help enhance the blue economy, trade, tourism and cross-border trade between Kenya and Uganda. Speaking during the launch, Busia County Governor Dr. Paul Otuoma, who was accompanied by Budalangi Member of Parliament Raphael Wamalwa and Busia County Tourism Director Innovator Ndibi, termed the project as a game-changer in tourism and trade along the Lake Victoria Island in both Kenya and Uganda. Sentiments echoed by Budalangi Member of Parliament, that is Raphael, who urged the locals to help create a border trade along the region by investing in hospitality.
Uganda. Hii mambo ya ziwa Victoria. Hatuwezi kuwa na sheria tofauti kule Uganda na tofauti hapa Kenya. Mambo ya ziwa Victoria inafaa ishughulikiwe kama hali ya kupata mapato kunyanyasa watu.
Jambo la muhimu nyinyi watu wa hapa kusupport hii business, vile wa Uganda wamekubali kusupport hii business. Please support it. Msiwaje mzao, hakuna shortcut. Tunataka wazungu wakuje.
We're also promoting tourism with our neighboring country, so that tourists that go to Uganda, they also experience the sites in Busia, and the ones in Busia also we refer them to the other tour operators across.
Now, university students and graduates have been urged to utilize the digital space to create content and create employment to address the challenge of a lack of job in the country. Now, Nyerere North legislator Geoffrey Roku has challenged students to take advantage of the digital space, and it will connect them with opportunities globally as well as enable them acquire other skills which are not taught in the curriculum. He made the remarks during the unveiling of the new leadership by Embu County Campus Student Organization in Nyerere North, Embu County.
It's up to you to take this opportunity to enhance your skills so that you can be competitive to the rest of the world. You have a great opportunity where Europe, the working age of Europe is going down at a very high rate. Actually, in some countries like Austria, like Germany, like Czech Republic, like Russia, we have no young people. The population is very, very down, very low. We have many population at the age of 60 and above who are not as productive, as innovative as the economy would want. So I think you have a huge opportunity as young people of Embu County, of Nyerere North, of Nyerere South, Ronyenjes and Manyata, to be what you want to be.
President.
And of course, let's get some reaction on the arrest of Tana River Governor, that is Dado Godana, and the legislator in regards to the inter-clan clashes that are happening in Tana River County, where at least 18 people have lost their lives and hundreds more have been displaced. We do understand Muslim leaders are currently addressing members of the Fourth Estate. Let's listen in.
PC anaenda kwa helikopta juzi amerudi. Sio kazi, lazima serikali ichukue hatua ya kuweka watu pale permanent wakae. Hiyo na niki mimi naijua. Hakuna hata police post. Imagine chief ana askari, mimi naweza kuapa Mungu. Nimeenda huko mara nyingi. Chief, imagine kuna chief ana askari. Inawezekana. Lazima watu watauana, lazima kuona usalama. Usalama ni juu ya nchi. Rais ana responsibility ya kuchunga watu wake. Tafadhali rais, tafadhali chukueni hatua za kufaa. Wanasiasa pia wakomeshwe, wanaweka fitina. Asante sana. Hakuna zaidi ya hivyo. Profesa atazungumza kidogo. Profesa Bakari atazungumza pia kwa Kiingereza. Ni mambo ni haya yote.
Leaders reacting to the arrest of Tana River Governor, that is Dado Godana. Our reporter Adan is already there and will duly inform us in our subsequent bulletins. Let's come back here to the studio and inform in other stories that are making headlines at this hour. Kenyans have been challenged to embrace traditional eating habits in the wake of an increase in lifestyle disease attributed to unhealthy eating habits and a lack of exercising. Speaking during a free medical camp organized by Mama Ngina University College at the Mutomo area in Gatundu South, Kiambu County, the Dean of Studies at the university, that is Dr. Ruth Mbogwa, stated by promoting homegrown foods, Kenyans can leverage on the fundamental health benefits while supporting sustainable food practices.
And we find that within our communities, many people have diseases like diabetes mellitus, we have hypertension, cancer is on the rise, affecting even children, women and men. And of course, we know that this is coming from the lifestyles that we are adopting. So you'll find that most of the time we are not engaging in exercise, we are eating the wrong foods.
Kitu ile ningeomba kwa sisi akina mama kama sisi, tuwe tukitumia chakula ile mzuri kama managu, mboga ile ya kienyeji na vitu vile zinaweza saidia miili yetu.
Hii mambo ya kukula nyama kila mara ama mambo ya pombe, hizo kwanza tuweke kando, ndio mtu ambayo kuna hii miradhi ambayo inaweza kutupiliwa mbali kukaa tu na kwenye kukula chakula mzuri.
A section of coast leaders are calling for the unity of the Mijikenda community to propel them to negotiate for opportunities at the national level. Speaking during the ordination of the new chairman of the Achonyi Council of Elders, Rafael Mwangala, the leaders led by former Cabinet Minister Chirau Ali Makwere and Kilifi Senator Stewart Madzayo urged leaders from the coast to be firm in pushing the region's agenda.
Sisi Mijikenda tu moja, na kuvile umoja wetu umedhirika, tuwaomba ndugu zetu wa Giriama wafanye kama hivi sisi tufanya, wenzetu wa Chonyi na sisi wa Digo, ndugu zetu wa Duruma, ndugu zetu wa Rabai, ndugu zetu wa Kambe, ndugu zetu wa Viana, ndugu zetu wa Rihe, ndugu zetu wa Kauma. Sisi sote ni Mijikenda. Tafadhali fanyeni hivi tujue umoja wetu waja vipi na kwa hali gani, na tutatarajia tupate share ya serikali yetu, si mawaziri tu, share ya watu wote hata kwenye serikali sawa sawa na wenzetu. Tumechukuliwa kama kabila moja, na hiyo ni bila si kabila.
Ikiwa sisi ni lazima tusikizwe katika serikali, ni lazima tuwe na msimamo, na msimamo si rahisi. Msimamo ni kitu kigumu sana. Na mimi kama tulivyokuwa tumeketi na hawa ndugu zangu, tukaketi kama wabunge wa hapa Pwani, hususan wabunge wa Kilifi, nataka kuwashukuru sana hawa ndugu zangu. Tumekuwa tukitembea njia moja. Nataka kusema kwamba hivi sasa kila tukiangalia mbele tunaongea na sauti moja, na nina matumaini makubwa sana kwamba hii nchi yetu ya huku Pwani tunayo nafasi ya kuendelea.
Now let's directly dive into the world of sports. Portugal's Bernardo Silva and Cristiano Ronaldo scored first-half goals in a comfortable 3-1 win away to Poland in the Nations League on Saturday.
Jota la va a pedir dentro del área. Méndez encara, Méndez centro, Jota corte, autogol.
Well, of course, other international friendlies are currently ongoing, especially Myanmar are currently taking on Sri Lanka. And, of course, the United States of America beat Panama 2-0. And that concludes our bulletin this afternoon. Do join us in our subsequent bulletins at 7 and 9 p.m. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim. The sign language interpreter at the bottom end of the screen is Baran Abuli. Good afternoon for now, and enjoy the rest of your viewing.
Enjoy your favorite shows anywhere. Download DSTV Stream today.
She starts to cut with a razor. Then she said, haikati, akachukua scalpel.
There is a reason as to why it's called retrogressive practice. You can't imagine the amount of damage caused by FGM.
I've been cut, and my husband or my partner has said that you have been cut, you're not useful to me. That hurts because it wasn't her fault.
Join us this Sunday as we learn about how FGM reconstructive surgery is giving a second chance to survivors.
all of them waiting for each other. If it's a team from Congo, you find them all together. If it's a team from Kenya, you find them all together. If it's a team from Eritrea, for example, like the ones at the top, you'll find them all together. So back of the peloton and at the front, it's very well colored with teams having their athletes bunched up all together. So lead car already in E10, indicating that the cyclists are not very far off from finishing the second loop. There's always the police car that is at the front, gives you a warning. So you know that the athletes are nearby. So it always passes like 3-4 minutes ahead of the rest. But for us, the biggest indicator is the chopper. Once we hear the chopper overhead, we know that the cyclists are almost here with us. So